Welcome to the South Texas Amateur Tour Podcast, The Power Hour, with your hosts, Travis Salkowski, Dustin Hassan, Casey Graham, Jason Bird, and Michael Germanuelian.
Good evening, STX Am Tour golfers, and welcome to the STX Am Tour Power Hour podcast. It is Tuesday night, 7 p.m., May the 7th, and as you can see, I'm your host for this wonderful hour-long show this evening. MD is still with us. He is behind the scenes, pushing buttons in the production booth for tonight's live broadcast. He's just a touch under the weather, and we gave him the night off camera. But with that being said, we have two guest hosts to introduce for this evening that are going to join me for the next hour to talk about everything that is the STX Am Tour. Joining me tonight, we have Ambassador Extraordinaire and generally good dude, Micah Carroll. What up, buddy? And we've got Ambassador Extraordinaire, cookie winner, and third co-host of the evening, and a pretty good dude as well, Bradley Gilbert, joining the show tonight.
Hey guys, what's going on?
What up? I love the applause.
Thank you.
Bradley Gilbert was telling me about his podcast backdrop during pre-show warm-ups a little bit, and I want to hear about that.
So this right here was the first shot on Munster Day of 2024. Damn near went in.
Okay.
And it's gone downhill since then. So
MD over there in the comments, he'll be with us all night. He is sick as a dog, and then he God, this is a sexy group from MD. I feel very facial hairless, but that's okay. What I don't have in the front, I got rocking on the flow in the back. So
that's what I'm jealous of.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
The flow.
My mind was like,
it could go a bunch of different ways, but that's okay. But that's what's good about this show, is that there's disclaimers in the front. Right?
That's hilarious.
The first shot of 2024 almost went in. That's the picture behind Brad Gilbert there. Guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope your Tuesday night wasn't that busy that you could break away for 45 minutes or so.
Tough.
No place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be.
Well, so many things to talk about. We've got an event to recap from the Greater Hill Country Division. We've got an event coming up that is a course record-setting event. So I want to make sure we talk about that a ton. A large field, walking only, the tour's return to Riverside. It's a pretty cool build-up week. That's a bullet point for tonight's show. We've got the spring season wrapping up, new point standings to talk about on the Hill Country Division. But first things first, let's talk Olympia Hills. The tour ventured to Olympia Hills this past Sunday. Stroke play event, double points, Greater Hill Country Division. Endured a lightning delay of just under an hour, I believe was the total time. And I know it certainly had its effect on people. Let's talk Olympia Hills.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk stroke play, and let's talk. We know that the course conditions weren't the greatest, right? We're not going to beat around the bush. It was what it was. The putting surfaces weren't the best. Maybe some of the worst we've seen. Using the word worst there, we've seen on tour in quite some time. But the ball rolled okay.
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
smooth. And I want to talk about how the putting surface changed from before the rain to after the rain. Both of you played there. Talk a little bit about that. How'd the course change at Olympia Hills this past weekend before we talk about winners and points?
Go ahead, Micah.
So there had been some rain, obviously, on the course before we even teed off. So it was already soft. And then while we were out there, it drizzled on us a little bit and softened things up even more. And then when we went in for the lightning delay and we got hammered for, I don't know, it seemed like it was 15 or 20 minutes of pretty good rain there. It really softened up the greens at that point. However, I don't believe it changed the character of the roll. So it was still, I mean, that fungus was so crusty and rolled from, it was just fast. It was just,
so the bare areas were actually faster than the turf grass areas by a lot.
For sure. Yeah.
You agree with that, Brad?
Some of the greens bare spots were staggered enough where you maybe had to go through a couple different conditions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Had one of the guys I played with, Jeff. I'm not going to try and pronounce his last name. Really nice guy. Something like that. He mentioned on the 18th hole, he was putting. He had made a beautiful approach shot, and I think he was about 10 feet, but it was all on grass, all on one of those grass strips. And he said, it's the first time all day that I've just putted on all grass. He was pretty excited about that, and he made the putt. So that was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Mike. I didn't notice like a big difference after the rain. And I don't know, a little, I guess, behind the scenes info. I took a risk when that Marshall was driving up because Michael was about to tee off on hole number 4 because he was in the group right in front of us. And I mean, he looked ready to go. I mean, he was almost ready to pull the trigger. And then that Marshall pulled up. And I was debating there for like, I'm glad your swing took a little bit longer because I was debating whether I should say something and pull you off the shot or if I should let you hit. Because obviously I knew we were going to have to go in. But yeah, I actually really late called Micah off of his tee shot. So hopefully that didn't mess you up, Micah.
Well, do you remember the tee shot I made after we went back out there?
Yes, it was extremely beautiful. It's one of the best tee shots I've ever seen. And I was probably about 20 yards short of that where you were.
Okay,
so it was a really good tee shot.
Wow. Woo.
I mean, I was 20 feet. I was 20 feet from the pin for eagle, and I made
That's
par.
awesome. That's awesome.
It was that type of day.
Good par.
Yeah.
Good par.
But I'll tell you that Micah's first swing out after the rain, the lightning delay, it looked like he'd hit like 100 balls already back on the range. So, beautiful swing.
That was the last beautiful swing I made.
But on the greens. Oh, go ahead, Travis.
No, you go. You keep going.
Well, I was just gonna say, just real quick on the greens. Jason Barger, one of my playing partners. I mean, he had 3 birdies in the first 5 holes, And I mean, he was making putts left
Yeah,
and
hot,
right. So,
and that's in first flight too.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's
So
in
I was
first flight.
like,
He turned at 1 under, I think.
yeah, he hit a couple snags toward the end of the front nine. But that told me, like, there are no excuses. Just just try to hit some putts.
Right.
So
Right.
you could definitely hold putts out there. I counted it up. I had actually 31 putts on the day. So I mean, if I can hit 31 putts, I'm pretty happy with that.
So fun fact, the easiest hole at Olympia Hills, the first couple holes were under construction. For those of you watching that weren't there, the course configuration is a little wonky with some big scale construction. Holes 1 and 3 are just little par threes. And the third hole was the easiest hole for the field. But the first hole was not the second easiest. It was actually the 11th easiest. So right in the middle of the field, hole difficulty, 105-yard par 3. The second
It's crazy
easiest,
how.
yes, I
Yeah,
know.
right.
It's crazy. The second easiest was that little par 4 on the backside, hole number 14. And the hardest hole was number 8. The par 5.
The par 5.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was
It
that.
just-
Oh man,
Yeah, it turns right for days.
2 of my playing partners took 10s on that hole. So yes,
Oh,
The
I'm
scoring
aware.
average for the field is 6.75.
that was worse than the field. That one-
I
Easy
think
par
I
by
actually
Casey.
hard that one.
Nice.
Well,
But
let's
I'll
talk.
tell you what, the conditions. Let me just say this real quick, Travis. I know a lot of people like to get upset and complain about course conditions and all that. We've seen that on the San Antonio whatever it's called, the Facebook page.
The San Antonio Golfers Facebook page.
Yes, yeah.
It seems like sometimes it turns into just a course condition Facebook group.
Yeah, that's exactly
for
what
sure.
it is. Well, I find it fun because I'm a very competitive individual, as you guys know, and when you have conditions like that, it just adds a different type of competitiveness to the round and makes it more challenging. And to me, even though I was not happy with the results or my score, I had a great time trying to play that course. I don't know.
If you take it with that attitude, and it's going to be an unteachable moment, like every putt is new and it's a new opportunity to challenge these crazy course conditions that everybody has to play, right? We're still passing out victory cookies and assigning first place points, right?
Right.
So if you take it as that opportunity, the tee boxes were great.
The whole course,
great.
I thought the bunkers were good
Most
too.
of the fairways, bunkers, yeah.
Yes.
It's a beautiful course. And I was we were talking all day long about it. And I made a comment that, if I won the Dunn lottery or if I knew somebody, we could maybe make an offer to the city of whomever. Is it Selma Shirts? I don't know who owns that course, but
it's Universal City, I believe.
Somebody could buy that course and turn it into a
MD. If you're watching there, could you pull in Casey's review? Casey Graham, head ambassador Casey Graham, also played. This is a rating scale out of 10, obviously. Casey's second place gross in Champ Flight. We'll get to that in just a second. I would agree with that assessment. 2 of 10 on the greens, and it only gets a 2. It gets a 0 on appearance. They looked and very, very difficult to look at and sit there and get over the appearance, right? But they get the 2 there, I do think, because they were smooth. I mean, they didn't bump around all over the place. They rolled smooth and were pretty doggone slick, some of the putts that I saw.
And it's not just getting over the appearance. You had to try and remember not to lick your fingers or lick your ball. Or if you had to go off in the woods to take a piss, you might ought to consider washing your hands first, because you don't want any extra growth going on afterwards. So, I mean, who knows what that black stuff was on them greens. I mean, it was.
I didn't even think about that. Thanks. Mike.
Yeah, neither did I. Please see the disclaimer to start the show.
Oh,
The opinions of the hosts and guests are that of their own and not affiliated with the South Texas Amateur Golf Tour in any way
Booking my
whatsoever.
doctor's
You
appointment
guys
right
don't
now.
think you should wash your hands?
I'm specifically citing the urinating in the woods.
Oh, emergency cases only.
What if there's growth already? Yeah, you don't. No, sorry.
Okay. All right, let's talk winners and scores. MD, let's fire up those pictures. I think I'm good. You go. Micah, would you like to take this segment and talk
Sure.
about the winners?
Sure, let's do it.
These are the Victory Cookie winners. Victory Cookies brought to you by Laura Lewis and the Cake Place and More. Find her on Facebook. There's her contact information right there. Screenshot, click, bam, the Cake Place and More. Cookies, cakes, edible arrangements. Her stuff is artwork. It's awesome.
That cookie was amazing.
Let's see who won those Victory Cookies from Olympia Hills, Greater Hill Country Division, stroke play, double points. Micah, take us away. We do need MD to bring us in photos, but it's okay. I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna lead MD with the photos. I thought MD was just gonna put up photos, and we were gonna go from there.
No problem.
But
I'll be a commentator.
Oh, I love it. Okay, let's start with first flight. There were 2 flights this past Sunday. First flight net, first base, Sam Castilleja. The only red number on that's not true. The only red number in first flight. Sam Castilleja, 6 under. That's a 63. We were playing a par 69. Check out that Olympia Hills Victory Cookie. Second place. Net.
Well, let me. Can I comment on Sam? I actually played with Sam. What a great guy. What a solid dude. Wonderful personality. Super sweet guy. And he started off really rough, but man, he turned it on in the back and was striping the fairways and the greens and making putts. It was so much fun to watch and great dude. Anyway, so good for him. Good win.
It is a great win. That's his first Victory Cookie, and we'll see where that puts him in the point standings coming up. But second place, Andrew Markham, even par, cashed a gift card on the net side. Congratulations to Sam and Andrew, net side of first flight from Olympia Hills. First flight, Gross, really good score. He happens to be on the screen with us right now.
What a stud.
74. First place, Gross. Bradley Gilbert looks strikingly like this photo, Brad. This is a great win for you, and we'll see where this puts you in the point standings. But you clipped Jason Barger by 7.
Yeah.
It's a big win, and it basically says, so long, first flight. Here comes champ flight.
Yeah.
Walk us through a little bit. I know you've been working hard, practicing, instruction. Walk us through a little bit of your tournament prep for Olympia Hills that produced a 7-shot victory. We want to hear about that. How'd you prep for that?
Yeah, so it's to the point right now where I've been hitting the ball really good on the range, but I have not been able to transfer that to the course at all. Almost to the point of, at Northern Hills, this last tournament, it was, like 6 or 7 holes in, I was thinking, why am I even doing this? It's it just seemed, not, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
A few holes later, I'm back, just keep working hard or whatever. But
I thought
it's been very frustrating.
Camera. Oh,
what's that?
Nothing. I was making a joke about wanting to quit.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, but no, it's been very frustrating to say the least. So for this round, first of all, I played a practice round with Claudia Ramirez, which Claudia is one of the best golfers that I know, and she takes my money all the time.
Nope, she
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, she's a beast. So I was like, if I want to, if I want to beat all these great players out here on tour, then I gotta step up and compete against the best, right? So me and Claudia played a practice round. She took my money, obviously, played really good. But the biggest thing I think is that going into this round, it was I didn't have any expectations at all. Like I didn't allow myself to think, oh, you've been hitting it so good, now's the time or anything. I literally was one shot at a time, and every time
that's a tough mind, tough mental approach to stick to.
For sure, especially after I made birdie on the first hole, so made like a 7-foot putt for birdie, and then now all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh, what's the course record? What's the whatever. So and the reason why I walked, because I knew that I would get in that mindset, and if I was walking, I would be better able to reset and everything. And sure enough, that walk from 1 to 2. I really got on myself, and I was like, you need to stop that crap, because it's the same thing all the time. So, then it didn't, and it really helped me to see Jason playing so well. Cause like I said, he had 3 birdies in the first 5 holes. So I was like,
so you were playing with Jason.
Yes, sir. Yep.
And both of you birdied the first hole. Who made the birdie first on the first hole?
He did. He drained he probably made about a 20-footer straight up the hill from the front of the green.
So for the first putt of the day, you're like, oh, the appearance of the green didn't do shit to that putt. There's no excuse.
Exactly.
You got to be okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I told myself over it. Yeah. I was like, just make a good stroke. Don't even worry about what could happen, what will happen because of the green conditions. Just make a stroke. And yeah, sure enough. So playing with Jason, it was, and then obviously the other 2 guys played with Chris Ladd and Andre, and this was Andre's first tournament round with the tour, which I thought that was really cool. He's really good, really cool guy. I was talking to him about the trail course or the trail division.
I saw him hit a couple shots.
Oh yeah.
I saw him hit
yeah. He is a really solid golfer, and I'll tell you that he did a lot better than I did my first competitive round. Like he said, he'd been playing for about 10 or 11 years, and we were just talking about how tournament golf is just a completely different animal, like you say all the time, Travis. But it was really fun. It was a really good group of guys, and they all turned it on the back 9, which really pushed me to finish strong too. So and then also I saw Casey on the secondary competition that you had going on with the overall
the gross optional game,
which that was really cool. That was really awesome. And I saw him, and Casey took me out at the match play this year. So I was like, I'll be damned if I'm gonna lose to him again. So that was my motivation. Okay,
I love that. And
that was my motivation.
All of a sudden, there's a new rivalry formed. It's great.
Yeah,
Brad, I have the next question. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. What's it like to have an arch nemesis?
Yeah. Who's my arch nemesis? Casey?
Yes, Casey. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, okay, I just I've got a couple, I think, but they don't know it. The other ones don't know it. Casey.
The show is switching subjects right now.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. We all know Casey's a great, awesome golfer.
MD has 20 arch enemies. Can we bring in the comment from Casey, please?
Uh-oh.
Beep. Brad
yes,
Gilbert. Winky face.
Travis, I think we should carry over this optional gross skins game. I think it could be pretty popular, and I think the more talk like this happens, the more participation we'll get.
That will definitely be a standing side game on the Hill Country division.
Oh, just Hill Country.
Yep.
Okay.
Every time we are carding a score, whether it's team best ball or individual stroke play, whenever we're carding a score, that side game will be an opt-in cash side game.
Okay.
Nice.
So Brad, super happy for your win, buddy.
I appreciate it.
And I want to say that Chris Ladd was, we were just chit chatting before around the chipping green. He's like, "Hey man, I don't know these guys I'm playing with. You know who Brad Gilbert is?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know who that guy
Who's this
is."
Brad Gilbert cat?
And I teased him at first. I'm like, I don't know
Worst
how this is
guy
gonna
out here.
go. And, but then I let him in. I said, no, honestly, if the tour took a vote of the nicest guy on tour, I'm pretty sure Brad Gilbert would be easily in the top 3, if not number 1. So Chris was pretty excited to play with you. I told him how your golf game's solid as well. So I know he wasn't happy with his game, but he said he had a good time. So
I think I would rank Brad third.
oh.
I think I would rank Brad third.
I gotta know. I
got
know.
y'all fooled. Yeah,
1
who's
and 2.
1 and 2?
I think we'll save that
Greg.
for another segment.
What?
Oh, okay.
You can't do that.
Mike
Um,
is number 1. We know.
Micah is not top 10.
What?
But he is number 1 enforcer. Micah
I am-
Carroll,
I am a
definitely my 3 a.m. friend. Like,
Oh, there you go.
if shit goes down at 6 p.m., there's a bunch of people I'll call, but there's one dude I'll call at 3 a.m. That's Micah Carroll. He's
Yeah,
number 1
for
on
sure.
the 3 a.m. list,
I'll finish.
which
I will
makes him a
finish.
nice dude, but he's not top 3 nice dudes. Where when Micah needs to turn it on in a parking lot over a pace of play issue, he will.
Yep.
Something like that. Where Brad
it.
would just be like, I'm a nice dude. Here you go. Maybe we should just consider the match halved and each take a half a point and play the next hole.
Look. I am not a
Y'all
pace
just-
of play Nazi. I want to clear that up right now. Okay, I enjoy being on the golf course. And I don't get all worked up over pace of play like a lot of people do because I would rather be.
Casey Graham puts Micah Carroll in his top 200.
Wow.
Oh man.
And with that, everybody, that is the recap of the first flight from Olympia Hills.
I'm gonna have to start going to church or something. I don't know.
It is, MD. It's very exhausting.
I can officially say that Micah ranks higher than MD on the niceness list.
Okay. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. All right.
We are moving right on north on the leaderboard up to Championship Flight Net from this past Sunday at Olympia Hills. Hunter Patterson clips Sammy Goldfarb by 1 stroke, 66. That's 3 under. Sam missed it by 1 at 67. Hunter Patterson takes home the net victory cookie in Champ Flight. Big claps for Hunter. Let's look at Hunter's gross scorecard. 8 over. Hiccup on the 9th hole, and other than that, that was it. And you can see right where he came off the golf course at the rain delay, 4 bogeys in a row on the backside. And moving on up to first place in the point standings, Championship Flight,
Yes, sir.
gross winner, 73, Sean Vidal, just continuing to enhance his tour resume as South Texas Amateur Golf Tour GOAT. And this was event 3 on the Greater Hill Country Division, but it was the second event we played. And Sean and Dustin won Champ Flight at Kissing Tree. And Sean,
Gross.
I'm going to say, correct. Gross. That's correct. A victory cookie.
Mm-hmm.
And Casey Graham, what a surprise. LOL.
Yeah, for real. They're gonna stop.
Sean wins the second event, and all of a sudden, there's some wire-to-wire cookie winning grumbles going on. And I think it's definitely a storyline to watch for sure.
I have a legitimate question here.
Okay.
Sean's won a lot, and I have to believe that he taste tests the cookies. So I don't know if he should be getting a cookie when he wins. I mean, he's
I
already
second.
Much more of a statement than a question.
Yeah.
Well, I was asking.
But I
What do
think
you guys think? I mean,
I think it's more special when Sean wins those cookies because he knows he could just have it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He knows he could just get a cookie. Laura could make Sean an extra cookie anytime. Right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I was just
taking
teasing
the
anyway.
cookie home. Right? It's like not playing golf for money. Right?
Right.
Playing golf against the foursome for no money. Like it's just
Who could get the best sugar high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Either way, he deserves it. He plays awesome.
That's right. Great.
That is Sean Vidal clipping Casey Graham by 2 strokes. Brad Gilbert clipping Casey Graham by 1 stroke in the gross side game. Lots of skins, lots of payouts across the board. Greg Keogh took home 3 big skins in Champ Flight. So it's a good payday for a lot of folks and a good time. What first event the tour's ever run at Olympia Hills, right? What a cool event venue.
Yeah.
Great patio to score on.
Yep.
Pretty good food. A good starter area for what we had to deal with, right? A good starting area.
Yep.
I can see where it would be really cool down on the actual first tee by the putting green, like a pretty cool presentation down there. Kart staging in the parking lot.
Practice facility is good. I mean,
for sure.
Your welcome signs at the entrance.
Yep.
I mean, really, really good. Yeah.
pretty course. I think everybody agrees that, shave the greens and put new greens in. That course would be easily a top 10 course in San Antonio.
I think it's
Completely
right there.
agree. One of my favorite tee shots in town is number 8 from the top there. That is a pretty cool tee shot once they get that construction done. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
That's the one up by the parking lot.
Yeah, the one that we had to bypass to go to.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's a really cool tee shot.
There with that big par 3 down the hill and that number 8 tee shot, and even that number 9 tee shot's a good tee shot.
Yeah.
When that construction.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good one.
But the tour's first experience at Olympia Hills was a good one. Congratulations to those victory cookie winners. And MD, do we have the point standings graphic? There we go. A little blurry. That's on me. I didn't send MD a high resolution photo in time. This is my bad, not on MD. But that is Sean Vidal jumping to first place. We can see the gap from the rain out at Fort Sam there in the point standing spreadsheet.
Yeah.
But we've got Sam Castilleja, Brad Gilbert, Bob North, Michael St. Clair, and Hunter Patterson rounding out the top 5. You will get rewarded in the point standings for winning on the Greater Hill Country Division with those double points, double bonuses every event.
Yeah.
Micah Carroll in the top 10, rounding out with Weston Irie and Danny Lee. I purposely skipped Casey at 7 there because he's in the comments.
I support that.
As your arch enemy, I totally get it.
Just kidding, Casey. Don't beat me that bad.
Top 72 in Greater Hill Country Division point standings get invited to the 2-round playoff at TPC San Antonio this September, and 2 people from that event will qualify for the 2024 South Texas Match Play Challenge held at Riverside Golf Course, which the South Texas Amateur Golf Tour returns to this weekend. Let's talk Riverside for a couple minutes.
Did we ever get a close up of the cookie that everybody won there? I didn't get to see the cookie, and everybody said it was really cool. So, is there a close up of the cookie?
It is on Facebook.
Is it okay?
It's posted on Facebook. MD, if you could bring it in, that would be cool. If not, Micah, it's on Facebook.
Moving on. My bad.
No, you're all good. The tour returns to Riverside, Alamo City Golf Trail Division, Spring Event 9, 2 events to go.
Oh, you can't see it.
Yeah, it's with the photo with the green.
Yeah,
good effort. Yeah. Good effort.
Yeah.
It's on Facebook. MD said, "I love it." That's great.
Riverside.
Thought he had the night off.
Riverside.
can't-
Alamo City Golf
cannot
Trail
wait.
Tour. Alamo City Golf Trail Division. Spring Event 9. 2 to go. Point standings ultra tight. Only 90 points separate the top 10. It's never been this close.
That's cool.
And right on cue, there is a good graphic. That is a sexy graphic right there.
Mhm.
Andre Ramirez, been in first place since the match play at Northern Hills. I'm sorry, since the match play at San Pedro. Greg
Let me
Graff,
say something
Timmy's-
about him real quick. He, so I live over here on the west side of town, and the new driving range over here called Short Game just came up. And last Monday, there was an event, a little tournament out there at Short Game, and Andre showed up, and we competed against each other, and he won the whole thing. So he's still continuing his
Hot
good
streak,
play,
eh?
regardless of the venue. Yeah. So
Nice.
With Andre, Greg Graff, and Timmy Smith. This is Tim Smith's first time in the top 3, and I know he's stoked. Willie Nichols, Dennis Danowski, MD, Rudy Fuentes. There's Brad Gilbert again.
hey,
Sean
hey.
Vidal again, and Weston Irie again in the top 10 on
Yep.
the trail division. Event 8, 2 weeks ago at Olmos Basin, rain out, moved from the spring season distribution over to the summer season. We now have a summer season event 3.5. I think that's kind of cool. And
That's awesome.
everybody, let's talk Riverside. All 3 of us have played it. I've played it recently. I played it Saturday morning, the back 9.
Is it in better shape than when we played it opening weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, for sure.
Yes. Brad, have you played it recently?
Yeah, I probably played it 2 weeks ago, and that's been 2 weeks too long. It's literally my favorite course on the trail right now.
Wow.
I agree. I agree, and I couldn't agree more. It is. Now, with that being said, I haven't been on the front 9 recently. How is the front?
The front nine's probably not as good condition wise as the back, but we're talking, very small percentage difference.
Yep. Last
and
time
it's
I
just-
was there, the fairways were struggling a little bit to take hold. So
Yeah.
I didn't have a bad line of fairway on the backside 2 weeks in a row. The fairways are mint on the backside.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where it is on the front side, just a little spotty areas in the fairways. But man, the greens, the tee boxes, I love those greens. Like when we played it, the second day it opened, that was the first time in a long time where I could actually see the line that I wanted to hit. Like I could just, I don't know what it was. It was just, it must be because the greens are so good, but it was just really fun.
That's a great question, Mike Dermanuelian. Playing the ball down this weekend? ? The STX Am Tour Setup Committee will evaluate all 18 holes on Saturday morning, and as always, make the determination on the format to be played within the stroke play on Sunday.
Nice.
So no early tip of the scale either way.
I'm gonna step out. I'll be right back.
Copy that. There we
Well-
go. MD's on the MD right on that. We don't need to see the door to the bathroom open.
Professional.
I love it. I love it.
So I got a question for you, Travis.
Okay.
So what are you doing to prepare to get that course record at the new Riverside?
Okay. So
What is
great
your plan?
question. Great question. Brad is referencing the professional division playing at Riverside. The first event of the 2024 STX Tour Professional Division is this week at Riverside, May 12th, 7:30 a.m. tee time. So very early in the morning, home by noon, golf professionals. I'm going to play as well this weekend. I am making my STX Tour Professional Division debut this Sunday at Riverside. And I will ask for everyone. You better believe I will. And then I'll do my best to bang it in the back of the cup.
Good.
I actually made 2 8-footers for pars this past Saturday at Riverside. Felt really good about it. Casey's going no way right now under his breath, but I did. Jason Bird was there. So my bell curve, I just somewhere respectably in the 70s, but I would like to do my best to be the first one to hole a putt on 18 and hold the course record at Riverside for at least one person for 1 second.
That would be awesome. I believe you can do it. And I think we need to take we need to get like a poll going on tour for over under.
Oh my goodness.
What do you
Listen,
think, Micah?
I'm certainly gonna do my best, and I'm gonna care 100%, and I'm gonna pour every ounce of energy I have into that round. I love Riverside.
For sure.
I really love the remodel. I love 16 and 17. I love walking down from the tee box on 16 and kind of turning that corner and seeing 16 green set in the trees. And it just feels like it's always been there.
I agree with that.
And I think I think they did a really good job. I love the back nine at Riverside. It is probably my favorite 9 on the trail.
Here's how excited, Brad. I want to tell you, Travis and I talked earlier today, and we were talking about him playing, and without knowing anything about what's happening on Saturday and who's actually playing in the pro division, I told Travis, I'm so excited that he's playing and competing in this event that I almost would withdraw from Riverside so I could caddy for him. Of course, he's already got a caddy. And he didn't bother telling me that till the end of the conversation. He just let me talk. But
well, that's what I was going to ask too.
Yeah, I'm stoked, and I want him. Travis, I want you to go out there and I mean you got it, dude. You got it in you. I saw it at Kohler. The way you played at Kohler.
So it's so funny that you say Kohler, and I was just gonna answer Brad's question that exact way. Tour Travels is 2 weeks away. And I know, I'm so excited. Tour Travels 24, Frank Schlick. Whoop, whoop. It's right around the corner. I mean, it's 17 days away. We leave in. So Tour Travels is the tour travels with 19 guests to different parts of the country to play golf for a week. And to put this into perspective for everybody just a little bit, I have played 5 rounds of golf this year. If you count those 2 9s back to back as a round, I've played 5, and 6 will be the round at Riverside this Sunday, and then I won't get a chance to play. Maybe hit some balls in the backyard, whatever. Blah blah blah. For 14 days, we leave for Tour Travels, and I play 11 rounds in 9 days. Right. So this is the time that I kind of ramp up, and I practice a little harder, and I'll hit balls in the backyard later. And I switched putters recently, and it seems to be working. I don't want to say anything too positive, but I certainly feel better standing over it. But
so
this is
8 putters with the new putter?
Yes.
The one that you made? Nice.
Yeah.
Did you get the one where you got to go like this?
I don't. It is a center lined mallet Toulon, and I love it. Yeah. Yes. MD, thank you very much for your constant tinkering of bullshit that you have left over that aren't using.
Yeah.
But yes, I am going to do my damnedest to channel my inner
What
Kohler.
does that say?
That's my
Team anti-Casey. And what is
Ohio State rules.
Ohio
I don't know. Team anti-Casey. I love.
I don't even know
that is
means.
MD behind the scenes changing subtitles. I love it. That's great.
For everybody just tuning in, we are talking Riverside. The STX Am Tour Alamo City Golf Division returns to Riverside this Sunday morning. 93 players in 5 flights and a professional division will hit the links Sunday morning starting at 7:30 with the professional division, 9 a.m. for the amateurs. Brad Gilbert tied for 8th place in the trail division. How are you prepping for Riverside and a top 3 moving into the Masters and the home stretch?
Yeah, so my 12-year-old is in soccer, which means that I have to pick him up from soccer practice every day, which means while I wait for him, I get to hit balls at San Pedro. So that's been working out quite a bit. So I'm gonna make sure I hit plenty of balls. And then, I'm just trying to get some practice around in. I think I'm going to play Mission del Lago maybe Saturday. And then because all the tee times at Riverside are booked, like completely. But just keep doing what I've been working on lately. I've been working on some technique stuff. And I think, starting to see some results. So I'm really excited to play.
Well, look, I really like what you said earlier, Brad, about managing your expectations. That's a huge thing to learn for anybody really in life, is managing your expectations for anything, no matter what the relationship is, right? People, but managing your expectations of your golf game is huge. And it really, I used to get upset. I still do. But I guess what I mean is I used to really get upset. I was known for throwing clubs and snapping clubs and all that, but that's just dumb, right? Very funny, Travis. Very funny. Anyway.
I think we all have. I think we've all been there, right?
But
for sure.
But I've since turned.
A fun fact, everybody. There was a time on the putting green somewhere where Micah and I stopped talking to each other for 2.5 years.
That has nothing to do with managing expectations. Matter of fact, at Riverside, 10 years ago, I think in a tour event, my driver somehow ended up in a tree left of number 10's tee box.
Really?
And I didn't go get it until after the round. I can't remember who helped me. It might have been Casey Graham. I don't remember. Somebody helped me get it.
There was definitely a year of club throws. Somebody got one stuck at Cedar. Dustin Weldon got one stuck at Olmos one year. And then he got the rake stuck up there trying to get it out.
Yeah.
Man.
And Dustin, talk about a nice guy. It's hard to imagine him throwing a club, but I guess anybody's capable of it. Yeah.
We've got one stuck. Was it your 3-wood on old number 3 tee box to the left? Maybe it was. I don't know.
I had a blacked out Cobra driving iron that I threw into the woods on the fairway of what is it, number 5, the par 5, number 6?
Yeah, 5.
And it was blacked out, so I was pretty much committed to that being gone. But Ruben walked into the woods and managed to come out with it somehow.
Oh, I do remember that. I remember Ruben pulling that out. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, managing
those expectations.
Huge.
Yeah, for sure. And I learned that a long time ago because in college I worked as a cashier at Walmart, and I always say that's when I lost all hope in mankind. But I realized that
I worked in the golf business for 2 decades.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably worse. Yeah.
Did you start the People of Walmart website?
I should have. They probably did it because of me. But it's like, I had all these expectations for, everybody else and myself and everything. And I was like, man, that's like a good way to get disappointed, is to have expectations. And that's when, like I said, this last round, I just try to apply it to every single shot. And I heard something earlier that week that kind of really resonated with me too. It's like, the approach to golf and probably most things, but specifically the golf, is like, you hit the ball. If you find it and it's in play, be thankful that it's in play, and then just hit the next shot. And if you have to make a drop, be thankful that, it's not, way back there or whatever.
I want to picture a golf therapy room. Brad is the therapist, and on the couch laying down, staring at the ceiling, is MD. Can you picture Brad trying to pitch that bullshit to MD?
It would have
MD,
to
it's
be
not
hypnosis. It would have to be
It's
hypnosis.
not a casting couch either, MD. It's not a casting couch.
Well, now let's explore that.
You'd be lucky to have me.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Well, the professional division that we were
Just talking about. Oh man, Casey Graham. I'm sure AI could create that. The professional division, event number 1 at Riverside, that registration will remain open until this Friday. So 3 more days open. Find that at stxamtour.golf under the Pro Division tab in the menu. 6 events, 1 event per month. TPC, Lost Pines, Brackenridge Park is on that. Valor is on that schedule.
Great courses coming up on this Hill Country Division. Super excited.
Hill Country Division, Valor Creek open for registration on the AM Division, Greater Hill Country Division. That's the next event coming up June 29th. Valor. Yeah. Valor is in fantastic condition.
I'm sure.
And really excited to bring the tour up to Valor.
The Bandit's in great condition too, yeah.
And then we go to Lost Pines and then the top 72 at TPC for 2 spots on the team. Super excited. The Trail Division has another event open for registration. MD reading my mind right now. That's how good he is.
Love it.
Do you like the jacket emoji? I thought that was
like it.
Open for registration. The Spring Major, the 2-day 36-hole stroke play championship for the first time ever at 2 separate golf courses. The STX AM Tour Setup Committee feeling super strong about this. Northern Hills on Saturday, forecasted to be as difficult as possible. And then Sunday, Masters Sunday at Brackenridge Park. We all know where every one of those hole locations is going to be already. Open for registration, stxamtour.golf under the sign-up tab. Also open for registration, the summer season kickoff. Point standings will reset after the Masters. Everybody gets a clean slate, and the next top 50 start marching towards the playoffs.
Let's go.
STX AM Tour is a promo code as well for 20% off Strakaline yardage and greens reading books. That link is available on the website on the bottom of every event page. Every event page that you are going to check out your pairings for, check out the Strakaline as well. Strakaline for Riverside has been updated as well, by the way. That was confirmed by our Strakaline representative yesterday.
Right.
That book is available for purchase with 2-day shipping. You can still get it in time for our event at Riverside.
Cool.
At this time, guys, we're getting close to wrapping up. But before we do that, we want to give a big shout out to the 2024 STX AM Tour partners. MD is going to put up the partner graphic here. I know he's looking for it right now. I did not freeze. That was my dramatic pause. Danny Puckett and Global Fairway Logistics. Micah Carroll on the screen with us. Cairo Services, Land Improvement Services.
the Cake Place and more. The golf shop at San Pedro. Get Shafted, Ben Carricker and Alex Zertucci. And, of course, our presenting sponsor, David Falconer and Shelby AC and Refrigeration. Thank you, David. Thank you to all of our partners. Guys, so much coming up on tour. Tour travels 2 weeks away. Tune in May 21st for a Tour Travels special edition. We'll also be recapping the Masters that night. So the 21st is going to be an end of season special edition show. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Tour Travels right around the corner. The 2-day PC Masters coming up. But next up on tour, the return to Riverside and a new course record for the golf course and new course records for the STX Am Tour from every set of tee boxes. So a green tee course record, a white tee course record, a black tee course record, blue, and I guess the reds. Morgan will set the reds, I guess, right? Casey Graham making an appearance at Riverside. He'll be there. He is coming for arch nemesis Bradley Gilbert. Everybody signed up for Riverside. Look for the
You're out of
first
the top
notice
three
to
now.
players coming no later than tomorrow evening. First notice to players tomorrow evening. Could very well be on the website this evening. Let's go around the horn. Micah Carroll, final thoughts on Tuesday, May 7th, 7:56 p.m.
Oh man, the humidity is just killing me. It's awful. I think it was 86% humidity today, but I don't care. We're playing Riverside on Sunday, and I am stoked. Can't wait. Can't wait. That's it. That's all I got.
Closing thoughts, Bradley Gilbert.
Yeah, same thing, man. I'm super excited for Riverside. I freaking love that course. I love what they did to it.
Mhm.
But best of luck to Travis.
Yeah.
Go get that course record. I'm thinking 68, 67. And if there's a crowd, if an opportunity to walk, I don't know. What do you feel about people walking and get a little
think it's
crowd
totally
going?
fine. I think it's totally cool.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I've felt stage fright like that, so it's always good. I love those unteachable moments. I love that.
Awesome.
I think that's cool. I'm gonna listen to you guys and not try to set expectations. It is what it is. I'm gonna go out there and give it my best. And if I shoot 89, I shoot 89. Y'all can make fun of me next week on the podcast.
And if you
Never.
don't have any
No.
expectations, you're just automatically going to have more fun. So
I think so too. I'm going to do my best to work with the tour setup committee on a Saturday and Sunday morning to get as much prepped and ready to rock and roll as we can, and warm up Sunday morning and tee off at 7:30 and do my best to start championship flight and follow the new course record there.
boom.
No, that's awesome. Best of luck, man. Really
Well,
rooting for you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate that. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a show. 58 minutes. That's pretty good for us. We did fantastic. Tuesday night, May the 7th, 7:58. STX Am Tour Power Hour podcast signing off. Visit www.stxamtour.golf for all events open for registration, point standings, upcoming everything. Tour, stxamtour.golf. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great evening.